Hey, Mike, are we up on Facebook? Hey, Facebook Live Eagle 8 reporter Paul Lamison over Sarasota, unincorporated Sarasota, out in the east part of the county. What you're looking at is a flooded cow pasture. And these cows were able to make their way up onto an island, a dry patch, and basically create Cow Island. So here you go. These are some cows. I'm going to show you some more. There's some more over on this part of the dry land. The problem is, I'm going to pull out and show you this. Every inch of their pasture, other than these two spots, are down under the water. And you can see there are cows out here. The water isn't super deep, but it is deep nonetheless. Here's one of the cows. And so this is a problem because they're going to run out of stuff to eat and run out of dry areas. You can see this guy down here eating the grass that's sticking up in the water. Push in a little bit and show you. But we are off of Palmer Road, which turns into Iona out in the eastern part of Sarasota. We are east of I-75. And you're looking at a field. There's a couple of them in this area that are flooded. We're going to go around through the sun. This is one of the fields that's flooded. And then over there's a retention pond and another field that's flooded as well. And in this one, there's a couple dry patches. We didn't see as many cows over here, but they were able to walk over to the other side. Here's one of the cows making his way through. That's actually a bull making his way. We saw him up almost to the top of his back earlier in the water. Now I'm going to move back over. This is the main one that we saw that is flooded. Again, you can see the homes off and they're dry, but the water has no place to go, so it's really just creeping up towards the houses and also creeping up onto the pasture land. So the cows are now under water, and some of them are up here on the islands. And again, we are down off Palmer Road, I believe it is, and Iona, where they combined. Hey, John, yeah, I got that. Okay, Facebook, here a couple of them in the water, and you can see them. What they're doing is, and we'll have to figure out where it is. Okay, Facebook, again, we are in Sarasota at Palmer where it turns into Iona, and these cows are now stranded from the floodwater. Their pasture is underwater. You can see one of the smaller ones down here. Oh, I don't know if he's alive. Tough to tell. I'll pull out a little on that one. And you can see there are people down here. Oh, that's our news partner, SNN. But again, take a look. This is a pasture in eastern Sarasota. You can see surrounded there are houses, and the floodwater has just taken over this pasture. And what's happening is the cows are now stuck out in the water with really nowhere to go. There's not a lot of high spots. But here's some of the cows out in the water, and what they're doing is they're moving to areas where they can find grass so they can eat. And what we'll do now, I'll show you a couple other areas, but again, you can see this is their barn area, and it's now, the water is creeped up all the way on it. There's a horse down here, but he's dry. But again, the pasture is underwater, and what the cows have done is made their way to the side, to the high points. And the cows are now up here on the only dry part of their cow pasture. Yeah, probably. Okay, Facebook, this is a different field, and what the cows are doing, they were up on the dry land, and now they're heading back out into the water. And some of the water out here gets fairly deep, but it doesn't seem to bother them too much. Again, Facebook, we are in East Sarasota, out on Palmer Road where it turns into Iona. And I'm going to pull out again and show you this field's not as bad. The one that's worse is over here. This is one of the cow pastures. And you can see there are cows out in the water. But over, I'll show you, here's some cows in the water. But over here is the island, the only dry spot, and this is where the majority of them are staying. Yeah, and again, these are houses that are newly developed. This area wasn't here that long ago. And anytime you build this much stuff, the water has to go somewhere, and where it's ended up is in this field. So you now have cows, because of the water, who have very little dry land to stay on. I'll pull out and show you the new development. These houses are all fairly new. And then there's new development coming in over in this area. And again, we're in eastern Sarasota County, out east near Iona Road and Palmer. They kind of turn into the same road. But again, that's what you're looking at. Here are the cows again on the island. So what we're going to do now, we're probably going to leave this area. We're going to go down to Myakka River. There's apparently homes that are underwater. So if you want, we'll leave the thing powered up, but we're going to fly. First, I'm going to grab a couple quick stills of these cows, and I will tweet them on my Twitter account, which is Eagle8Photo at plamison@wfla.com. So I'm going to get a couple quick pictures, and we're going to head to Myakka. That's okay, Facebook. What we're going to do now, we are going to fly to Myakka River, and there's apparently flooding near there. So if you want to just fly with us, we're going to the Myakka River. Again, Facebook, you're looking at the tail camera of Eagle 8. We're going to go to the Myakka River. I am going to now find it on Facebook, or on my map. Yeah, I was going to see if I could find the street. Yeah, where the flooding is going to be south, almost to the I-75. Yeah. It's like halfway between here. Let me show you. Look how far it is. Okay, Facebook, we're now over the Myakka River area, the state park, and the river is So we're still heading towards Myakka River. This is just an area down off Dixon Road and Moon Drive down here. And you can see as we fly, this is a lot of water that's from all the rain. There's been so much rain down here that a lot of the areas are flooded. You can see just these are like little areas that are overflowed with water as well. Here we are. We're still up on Facebook. This is the tail cam. We're almost going. The Alafaya, again, not too bad. We're catching and sticking every now and again, but we're just about here. Let's get me back to the map. Pretty close. Yeah, it's probably around here. Okay, Eagle to base, we're over the Myakka flooding. Eagle to base over the Myakka flooding. Okay, Facebook, we are down off the Myakka River. You can see the river has overflowed the banks, and you can see the flooding, and it looks like it's gone down a little. Yeah, it's fairly bad. This is an area of the river that the river has, yeah. And so what's happening, what I'm going to show you is the road in to this area, and you can see people have parked out here because the road then goes under the water and you cannot get through. It's not passable. So there's a lot of road out here that's not able to be driven on, and you can see the flooded area out here. The good thing in this area, the water has flooded, but a lot of the homes are built up on stilts just for this thing. But the problem is a lot of these homes have pools, and the pools are now under the water. And this is the road. This is South Moon. You can see where the road goes right into the water. And we're just battling the sun because it's now starting to set. And here you go. You can see this. This is a good example. This car is dry. The problem, I don't think there's any way to get that car out of there. So their car is dry. The problem is they can't get anywhere from that car. I'm going to show you this. This is another road in, and you can see all the people are parked out here on the road because they cannot get any further. So they're parking here, and you can see this is where the road goes under the water. And this car is trying to get down a little closer, but again, people are going to have to start walking because the road right here is closed. Here's what they're doing. They're taking people by canoe and by little four-wheelers that can make it through. So this will be the preferred mode of transportation, the canoe. And here you go, kayaks are now starting to make their way down the road. This again is the road that is shut down. And again, Facebook, this is down off the Myakka River. We are near Moon Road and Dixon down here in Myakka, off the Myakka River in southern Sarasota. I'm going to show you this. This is where the river flows through. And so the river has crested and it is up into the neighborhoods. You can see it's actually gone down. This pool had been flowed in with river water. The good thing is these houses are up on stilts. The bad thing is the river has now come up so high. And then the river now, it's tough to tell where the river starts and ends. It moves back into this area. So this is the Myakka River that has overflowed the banks and is now surrounding these homes and making it difficult for them to get in and out. You can see there's a car down here. The problem is the roads are all full and flooded, so there's no way they can get this car out. You can see the water is up right to the side of the house. And again, this is the Myakka River down in South Sarasota. And I'll move over and show you some other homes. This house is higher and the water's not up onto this house yet. And you can see right here, this is where the water goes over the street. And there's a couple spots on this road like this. This house is still under construction. This is as far as a lot of these cars can make it. Okay, Facebook, we are going to head back. This is flooding, and we will head back.